people know something, don't ever remember from 6 up speaking on it, teaching somebody. But from their point of view, everybody knows what I'm thinking or knows where I'm at in whatever the fuck. Then what you find out, Donna's in the Congo. Yeah, they belong to me. Forensics. Mm. Arizona luggage one. Sandy did that. Then they didn't give it back. Then the old people came and bogarted and bum rushed the kid. And all these quote unquotes, hey, yo, we got it right. Just came from court. Oh, I wouldn't want y'all using myself, period. Without my permission, you've been fucking using since I was a child. Set it all up, animal. So it's not added to my allocated since it has to be dry to be sold in the state. Back to that oath. Yeah. man, we was older. We got to have fun a whole lot. You sick. Come on, man. Next. Get to the bottom of it out of your head. Getting personal communication for green code. Or making the FBI agent CNN after this HP Lovecraft background 0.75 to YouTube from the voice augmentation. Or should we say Shadowcon in Japan? I can't have you see this. Creating form. The lack of their respect. So white dude kept on harassing me. They kept on sending people to beat up on me before they already sent somebody to break my hand so I could have a metal bone. It's like, hey, I'm no karate. White dude said, hey, I'll teach you karate. I asked you to teach me karate. Then he gets a stick and says, Kempo. And he starts beating me with this stick. And one of the incidents, he kicks in my knee, this knee. And this light-skinned African dude pops in. And he's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'll beat him up, blah, blah, blah. Hey, what's your name again? I told him. This is the same light-skinned dude that was like, if you don't stuff them diamonds in this female's ass, we don't leave from Africa. Rolling with the little midget after the commercial. And then eventually got tired of getting beat up and grabbed the Kempo stick and beat the shit out of the dude. And later on that night, tough man shit happened, right? So it pops up, and before this shit happened, one of these females was about to come over here. This white dude popped up, and I popped up. It was like, you don't have to be here for 6 months. And kicked him downtown with the rest of the people, and then booted, kicked me in the face with a fucking boot, like telling them, oh, I'm teaching them karate, and he was abusive, just beat me the fuck up. Got the Kempo stick, beat the shit out. And that night, the Cuffman thing, well, the dude fell on the chicken coop, which meant a lot to Glendale. Revenge of the Drunks, froze himself, he wanted cryogenics. Well, that night, that person goes, pulls that dude out, beats the shit out of his face with the coins the day we got to stay there. Got to close the door. No carbon monoxide. Well, the incident was here comes the officer from Glendale that looked like the dude that was at the cactus June 20, and was like, "Oh, which one of y'all did it?" And they beat this person that looked like him up. I'm sitting here with this kid that was over there and came over here, and the dude was like, "Yeah," or the person looked like the dude dressed in drag or whatnot. Told the kid go make some G foam. Kid made a whole ounce. Took it. Kid was like, "Hey, I'm from another place. You owe." Got his ass beat. He's laying there, and it was just 22 with 36 shots, a movie prop blank, and the kid took out two of the shells and put two real bullets in. So I took the gun, took two real bullets out, put two in the real blank, and we just sat there conversating and shit, shooting this heavily armed person who, after that, started running around talking about inheritance shit. Rode with people that know they have no right to be there, but we got enough training to manipulate people into saying that we're royalty and shit. Then from there, learned how to do it. Well, I had this cousin. This cousin came over after they found out about the abuse. Then intercom from the Viking games, like, "Hey, we'll teach you karate." And they taught me karate. Well, this Asian dude dressed up as my cousin and came and beat the shit out of me. And I didn't know who it was and pressed charges. My cousin goes to jail. Same person who's been looking like him for a couple of IP men up the street with the same face mask. And that's what that was. Then after that, people started popping up. It was like learning music and learning how to sing. And I could do it, and then all of a sudden, some aggressive person pop up and be abusive and force me into this other shit, and then be like, "I taught you that." And if you ever try to say otherwise, and it's like, "Hey, I remember you the one that broke my fucking hand." Took this kid, ripped her apart, and took her parts. That's abandoned, living your life, and all these people say, "Hey, you got something," because back in the day, you get emancipated, you get a card with $10 on it that doubles at 100% each fucking day. And these people will be like, "Ah, another kid," and pop up targeting. Hey, they took an oath, or the special agents. Well, they got a badge, and they're like, "Hey, you come to us, we got the pistol, and then we got this whole 35 years if we want." "Hey, I'm gonna dock these. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in jail for some shit I did. I'm gonna put you in jail for some shit I did." "Hey, kids, I want y'all to go across the land and do some Contra shit. You don't know no better, but you do. You're supposed to be some guidance." "Ah, sorry, we're foreigners from another country. We took care of all the real U.S. agents, and we're the only ones that everybody notices as." At the same time, present day, I've been wolfing this shit since back in the day. "Hey, had some houses over here. Hey, 86. We've been in occupying those. Ooh, private sector. We've been. Ooh, here's some audio. 13 months old. Hey, I'm 5. We can kill this person. Blah, blah, blah." It's like, have you ever heard of a fucking coma? A coma in the hide, right? Like, okay, found a place nobody knows. Start the robot. I'm just sitting here. He dead, he gone, bro. It's out. We did this. Then hard work, hard fucking work, bro. It was like, okay, so beforehand you didn't know how to draw. Now you're a super artist. Beforehand, your career was shit. Somehow these new lyrics that you got to explain why you sound like an immature child. Ugh. Man, look at that, y'all. So did all that shit, and we was up in Japan and stuff. I did the katas and shit, and I had this Asperger's son that looked like the great grandpa and shit. I guess he was taught by some other people on some shit, conservative shit. So I'm over here and I'm giving a lesson. It's all about respect. And then he walks up and taps me in my nose and lobotomizes me, and I forget who the fuck he is and everything and go on. But before that shit, it's white dude, right? And I'm there and I just did this and I showed these older people and everybody knows, except for these people who pop up from over here and they're like, I see you, since it's you, I run it and blah blah. And it was like y'all's not a part of it. And if it was like, oh, you did it, we took this from you. Now it's like, hey, y'all was on the wushu and shit. What is you doing? I was like, what part of your brain is the wushu? Is and tap it out of me. Same fucking way. Hey, at the end of the day, you want to remember it. You was good here. You got on me up to the belt and you got to tap it at your nose. Just showing you how to start it. First it was child abuse. Then it flips the script. Right? Oh, how can you do that? I was under the age of 14 and you look like a fucking giant to me. Got that mind thing going on. We are very spiritual people in this place that was so destined. Hey, I never gave you permission to use my anything in your reinforcement war life experience. And it's like, we don't have to take care, we ain't gonna take care of you, but you have to starve. We hate you, we was starving. Hey, I'm masturbating. Hey, they say you masturbating. You're dead anyways. Hey, purple commercial, baby laying on his back. Baby standing up. Grown ass people with hair on their face. Same height as the baby. Standing on stage twerking. That was during the whole got accreditation, trying to get accredited. They didn't know. Then whatever they had me doing there from the cam to the hey, go stand over there by the train tracks and beat you up. Ooh. But the dress is weird, right? The Goldie dress. We just came from the FBI place down there, and dude from Virginia office about the royal symbols is up there. Took this picture frame that had this dress and was like, it's like, man, nothing to wear. Just like, hey, here it is. Later on in time, I'm sitting where I'm supposed to be, and this person pops up, and he's wearing a gray suit. And I guess it was his picture frame, his dress. And he didn't care that I was a kid. He was like, oh, beat them. Then I remember this old man was like, if you don't vote for these foreigners, I will beat your ass. And guess who was his friends? The same old people that seem to be surrounding me present day. And boom, I had this problem, right? This janitor requested to get a badge. Sort of like the liaisons on the phone on badges. And I had a car. Learned it, drove, had a fleet of electric vehicles that I could stand up on the seat and drive. And this janitor follows me and bumps my car. So when the town's police pulls up, he pulls his badge out and police just drive by. And then what they used to do is they used to pop up views, call police, they hide, and police leave and they pop right back up. When it's time for some troops, then you got them little music videos and the music in the background. And here comes the little juvenile recruits, people for the reserve, like, skip all this shit, just gotta die, got this, music. I get into the music, hey, what's up? We got trained with the reserve, we working with the police, we bad. Real ass nigga. And oh, you wrote these lyrics, you got this music, oh yeah, we're gonna use this shit, we're gonna go to New York, man. That was us, we blew up. Nah, little man, that ain't you, that's... Or, hey, we mad at you because these lyrics made us look all sick. Well, I'm a fucking kid, right? So I got the thing, about to get the recording. Female walks in, and all of a sudden she hits me with a blackjack, and I'm laid out on the couch. And while I'm laid out on the couch, the shit that's in the background that was recorded through the stethoscoph that records everything. Stuff in those little mixtapes and shit, right? You know, like on the Music Choice, the Pretty Boy lost his endorsements from his pops. He had to sign a discharge. And then found me and was like, hey, we here now. And had the whole gullible kids to adults with foreigners raising us. This is how we down. To where it's like, hey, we got something to say. I don't know you. Well, hey, everybody else say we kicking, we do anything. I remember being over there, everybody over there, black people supposed to be related, and then here comes this white person and starts clowning and knuckles the finger and starts hitting me on the top of my head. And they was like, what, we expect us to do? And it's like, hey, you fiduciary. Oh, you're the kid, you can handle this yourself. We got the revolvers, we'll put it to your face and shoot you. Then find out they ain't even citizens, just the people they raising as citizens. These people as foreigners that's saying we don't have a Second Amendment right, but we as badge, we gotta, this is what we doing here. It was like, how do you figure? You go out of the country and cool, got caught up. And they pop up, hey, same thing, hey. But your people know us, so they gonna just brush it off, walk off. Oh. Sort of like this time, I'm chilling, and there's a lot of commotion outside. And it was like a time travel walk from 85 to a house. And we sleeping. Then it's cheering. And then somebody opens the door. And pow! I'm moved by the light socket. And I'm hearing these people out there. Oh my gosh, but the mom's right there, the mom's right there. The mom's right there, the mom's right there. And then after some time, here comes some police liaison. his job is to give an opinion on what happened. And no matter what happened, whatever they seen, whatever the fuck, he just gives his opinion. I'm just gonna say that he was getting it and then he got shot. And that's it. It's like, if that was the opinion, we could expect that opinion each time. So all I gotta do is this, and this. You just gotta wait for your opinion. That's absolutely correct. I thought I was gonna get caught. It's another time. It's weird, right? This commotion's happening. Hey, it's all cool. No, I can't believe you just did that. Fuck that shit, man. We'll go back. Hey, where you going? Hey. Sound like a whole bunch of people mobbing somebody, right? And he's supposed to be, we're hard workers. But we might want to see you out here on the track. And later on, they set the girl up and she's doing 44 years, right? It's supposed to be. Mom popped up and was like, switch faces. It's like, hey, I'm sorry they set you up. You caught a disease. Switch faces. Live the life. And it was like, hey, come on, girl, let's go. And then it was like, boom, handcuffs, going to jail. Even though we walked up to you, asked you a question, it's just words. From these words, you was a special officer, no training. First time we didn't give you no training. This is what you're supposed to do. Hey, make it look real. Why don't you go ahead and give her a training video on what looks real and what ain't. You have to touch it. Hey, money. Got him. Just solicit it. Nah, pull it out. Get it in. You're going to jail for it. Then you check the charges. What are these charges for? But the same person that had the disease. Hey, we're going to do it again. Hey, I'm from another country. It's just odd, right? Let's listen to this weird ass song. The scratchy voice kid. Had the same name back in the day. Then after 2044, so time travel back from an empty place, cracks in the ground. But it was weird. The kid had lost his head. But the kid's still alive. You know, I guess it was, hey, CG'd all this sick shit that's happening on camera. Hey, here we go. And this is how it really was. And now we have to deal with all this bullshit, right? I guess that was just that, right? It was just weird. They like setting people up like that. And then, hey, I ain't gonna train you up. You did that, what you told me I was supposed to. Up. And then they take the word from somebody else who's supposed to be training that obviously we trust this person and he trained you. He just told me he's good. What do you consider training? You get to watch the video, see it, actions, act it out, do nothing. Just ask me a question and handcuffs. And somehow you can't, you got it. It says manipulation, coercion, where you manipulated, yes, where you coercionated, yes. You know, it's other bullshit. I just remember being a kid, right? Hey, got another blue light. Hey, you notice that they said gay marriage. If you guys are guys, hot pants it up. You know. Hey, make it look real. Nah, most people like, got to act like young people. And, well, if I didn't watch TV with prostitutes, your belly could be out and shit. And You didn't have to be pretty at all. Shouldn't be worried about some school and socialization other than, hey, been acting like a prostitute. Now my mentality after 1 year of acting to where in the future, whether you want to believe it or not, oops, when in hard times, boom, pimping. I actually got caught for pimping. I used to do this shit when I was young, we acted it all out. Didn't know nothing about it. It's a big psychology thing. A small push. And now you're older, and now you're throwing people off of a bad push. Get out of here. And you're throwing people off a cliff, a good push. Bungee cord jumping. Just ridiculous. It's just like a fashion show. And they told me, hey, you're just a kid. You come back here, we'll kill you. And then people with Asperger's that look older, that join people groups that don't care about your age, was like, hey, I found out who you was. I could be you. I'm gonna send my kid over there to get all the information. Swagger, right? Dude sort of looked like the kid from Kick-Ass. Of course, who's the dad? And that was just a juvenile detention center somewhere in Canada that looked like a fucking city. Ugh. Nobody knows. And you notice how the kid was like, hey, I want to say something. And he was like, blah, blah, blah. Like, got on the judge's nerve and was like, boom, sit down. We're going to do 44. Right, I got actor. Some type of time lapse and paradigm shit. And then they popped up, right? And this is the weird shit. So they popped up, they was living there, and then it was all about some belief system. Now it's all about a marriage. Brother and sister, boom. So she bludgeons them, tries to kill them, tries to kill herself, survives, becomes some witness protection person. Matter of fact, the same light-skinned girl talking. You see that mind psychosis. Yes, I was dating this one. And then I got to cover it up, right? So this happened, it's done with, right? And then they called me a couple weeks later. Because 4 of them left, right? And they called me up. And it was like, we need you to go down and handle some shit. And I was like, I'm not going down there. I was like, why not? Because they told me if I go down there, they don't try to kill me. I'm just a kid. Then they had to offer me a grip of money. It had to be direct deposited. And once it's deposited, oops. So I'm down there, going to the house, see all this shit. And before I had the grandson, we banging. I was like, damn, this is how I do my stuff. And beat the walls in and shit with bats and shit. And those are my doctor notes and shit. All that good stuff. And it was a tape recorder, right? So I showed them what I could do with the tape recorder. So we tried to get the tape recorder. Couldn't get the tape recorder, right? So it was just that voice recording. And this is just an audio tape, right? That's all it is. Because basically they've been dead and the people knew. It's like, hey, we out here for some reason. We just woke up. Omnipotency. We didn't hear nothing maybe in a couple weeks when it stinks. You don't have no right to use my rights. I was like, okay, I'm not a kid. But I would like to know how it is. There's places, I mean, if you went to Juilliard and got to go to school, I'm pretty sure you can take vacations and go to the farms and see this shit. You know? Told them I wasn't on marriage like that. Same book. Yeah, well, we did a documentary in there, and they were sort of telling each other's story or reading commentary, and that's why some of them was like, okay, now, shit, you got me speaking somebody else's life here. You wanted to do it, hey? Told you get on my nerves. Action. Pretty sure they do get paid for that. You know? It wasn't my fault. It was a mass suicide. Which was a lot. I televised a lot of shows like the Florida 4. What is your opinion on the director there? Same person, huh? It's like they made me look like this. What? Have these glass fucking cameras and eyeballs. And started recording everything. Boom. Then it's like, hey, man. It was like, hey, you did not just force me to stand up here and give divulge my identity while you using a pen name and they're using their pen name. It's like, this is a private, somebody so proprietary that, hey, people acting like partners but ain't. It's like, so what is your rights as a private person? And that's it. And what is your other manipulative right, I guess, not to? It's like, well, you don't have the right to manipulate them, but you did, and you haven't got caught yet. This is a simple janitor service. I just told them we pack guns, hold badges, and shoot people. Told them to go out and join, become a detective, and then come back, and you got your job. Now I could go around the bag. I got cops in my pocket, detectives in my pocket. Pay them. Till they start saying, hey, this seems like a bribe for my work. And if it was that simple, right? This is just a simple janitor service. Got a government contractor cleaning government buildings. Hey, if you want to get a job, okay, you got to go join the you become a detective. You gotta come back, give me your badge, and boom, take this badge and get to work. No, I'm gonna go to the store and get me a fake badge. Boom, there go my badge. I'm not giving you this one I paid out of my pocket phone. We'll take it from you. And they just got done acting like kids. You will not take this. Is mine. I paid for it, man. I'll take it from you. I'm Lieutenant. Hey, can you beat me in a fight? Hey, got you there. It's like, now if I leave, I wonder which one of y'all gonna be lieutenant afterwards. Who's gonna do all that hard time? Knife comes out, cut the cord. Man, take your stuff. Get out of here. We don't need you here. We working. Trying to get on my nerves. Like, hold on, that's absolutely correct. Get out of here. Yeah, I get out of here when I want to get out of here. Hey, I'm here. I'm stuck. Hey, we don't even need to be here. As soon as you walk out, they walk back in. Yeah, that game too, huh? So what, you want to fight for badges? Old badges, huh? Here's another one. That's your badge. You ain't supposed to get that badge. You ain't supposed to hand people badges. Don't accept somebody giving you a badge. That could mean, hey, we got this blue code and we gonna shoot you. Hey, what you doing with that type of clothes on? Yelling them type of symbols. It's like, maybe I'm from California and this is the trill. Patent trademark. Hey, what is y'all doing? Hey, we cool, we crew. Crusaders. Better be shooting at a fucking target and not a person. I never gave y'all permission to use any of my private stuff with my money to pay for people. It's totally different. I'm pretty sure if it was like, yeah, I just went in your bank account and took it and paid off these bills for you. I didn't give you permission to do that shit. Hey, look, you got your gun? You know ninja karate? Try to take this from me. And it's like, hey, ain't you that exempt dude? Somehow collecting a check that got his whole paycheck each time. That must mean my bank account must have got paid back. Huh? Then how do you get paid from the government? I don't pay y'all. We is not friends. I did not hire you. Igualmente. On that life. Why you have life to live. Yes. And you notice how I'm not white. What the fuck is these honkies harassing me for? If you're so bona fide. Then number two, I didn't give it to none of you white people. I definitely didn't give it to none of you black people that ain't from America, but you black. You know? I'm smoking a cigar. Filter cigar. Finish that thing. Here's the other part. Well, basically the ratio to it was like flakes inside some, like, here's a cigarette. Before I rolled it, me had a little bit of flakes in there. And I think it's a paper to make people cough. You know, the loose paper. That's the only thing. I'm pretty sure it's like, okay, I didn't want to do the test, but you know how you be rolling joints. Just started marking on the paper. He was perfect. He was talking. You smoked it. It was a loose paper. Boom. Cough, cough, cough. Tight paper, no loose. Little bit of cough because of the paper. Right. What's the problem with that? There's the gas. Now you're just inhaling butane. And while putting the butane through the glass dick to get to the root, the herb, do you change the chemical balance of it at that minute level? I mean, then what's the problem with matches? Oh, you keep on lighting it and smoking the sulfur, you bound to catch cancer. I usually, if I had to use matches, I like to match and let it burn down, knock the tip off, let it burn and then light it. You know, it was weird. I had this weird thought that I had these lighters, and it was weird with the butane and it's gas, right? And if you tilt it in a certain direction, the gas will just replenish itself. Well, it's kind of weird. Hey, we're using your accreditations. And the contract state to use those accreditations for those particular subject matters and particular things that these books were written correctly. You cannot change those books. Hey, and once you gain some knowledge, you notice that I'm absolutely correct. Oh, but we don't want you to read these books, your books, and none of that shit. And if you tried, hey, this music, you had to buy a tape to listen to it. We was talking the same shit to you. But when it came to theirs, no. Still theirs. That ain't supposed to be out there. Walk by each other, phase out. They weren't the exact same people, but the exact same thing. Are we stuck, bro? How is you wearing the exact same shoes I'm wearing? I stole them from the exact same person you stole them from. What dimension you on? It's like we gang back interdimensionally, homie. Just don't tell them how we eat our food. You know, sit on the plate. It's like it was so weird. After I read this article where they actually took somebody's dookie and put it back in somebody else's butt, or pumped it in a pill and made them eat it. Like, there's shit, why ain't you dead? I was like, this would have to be volunteered. I am from a foreign nonsense. It was like, hey, I just walked over there and seen your water. Why is it brown? Just put some clean water on it. Just, Y'all remember the training video? Y'all remember touching y'all? Hey, who got sick? Hey, this is not a plaque or achievement I'm giving you. We followed that life. I don't need your advice on hygiene, but yeah. I almost made it too. I was almost there. If it wasn't for whatever the fuck stopped it. Y'all called me. I'm done. She got some mechanism. Just like, hey, we know this mechanism. Sit there for a couple hours. Friday probably would have been manipulated like that. I want a mechanism so if I turn my neck the wrong way, just in case I get caught and trapped. It's like, hey, you didn't remember we just made up this conversation. You just blowing it out of proportion. It's like that movie just standing there kind of talking now he's wearing green. For all red uniform, paint on the face. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, I gotta go and do something. Hey, we gotta go. We gotta reverse it. Hey, super soldier, come back. Get back wearing it. Start doing it till you get to the outfit you like. All right, you good to go. It's like, why am I wearing Thursday clothes? Must be Thursday. Who moved me at 17? Hey, in the counseling thing with the person that didn't give a shit whether I did it or not, you guilty. What was that little image over there, sitting in that chair? Number two, hey, so Social Security sort of violates the Second Amendment right, and so on and so on. So proprietary. I had made the indemnity clear. It's like, don't you touch that, huh? I regretted I touched it. Just came to find whatever I was gonna destroy. Make whatever I was gonna make. So I relearned how to do that again. It says a lot for a lot of people who just won't let it go. So what did he do to you this morning? He woke up, tap, why am I here? I should be at work doing something. Hey, they just fired me. You retired. It's like, ding, hit you in the nose, boom, what you doing over here? I run this shit, huh? You retired in the early days. Hey, hold on there, last over here. Let me show you what happened out here, huh? Everybody get their shit fishing real. Going to eat. Why are you doing so much chumming as I get a bigger shark? It's like what happened, he ate 2, 3 people. Just walked up on the deck and just started sucking people out. It's like, hey, I got on my A game. I've been holding my breath. Hey, that's good. That's good. Can I pass you? No, hell no, you can't. I'm not getting ate up because of you. Hey, you're on the tip of the tube. Just walk a little closer. Just get a little closer. Taste a little blood. Oh, so I can't even hold it with the other side. Can't even hold it with the left hand. It hurts the chest. And try that. A little taste to it. You know. It's what it tastes like. Natural herbs. Cash. And Canadian cash, just in case. And any other place cash, just in case. Underground cash. Invisible world cash. Insect cash, whatever cash. Everything, whatever cash. Right, right. Now this is the whole thing that law's gonna help you with. Boom. Now I'm just coming up in here to look you all up in your face. And then after a couple of years, girl, will you marry me? I said, too late. She looking at the God. Same little shit, hey little boy. That's kind of fucked up to be like, wow, what if they was and they was acting the way they was acting? But yet with a hit in my head, I do not remember this shit. And to be relived, it was not retaught it. But still held it was held against me in they law. It's gonna start getting quiet. Man, we did it for. Let's go back in time. What kid died in California at some carnival? Not an adults. So I do understand. You left the fuck alone. And maybe you shouldn't time travel, but meditate and find a time when y'all was like, man, if we do this, then we'll be all right. You know, and somewhere in the future you get older and it's like, God damn. I put the T over there instead of God. It's God. God damn it. Somebody about to come knock at the door. Hey, how you doing? It's your daily chumbo. You made that promise, had that verbal agreement. That was over 67 years ago. Baby, I just know, hey, how you doing? You know I promised I was gonna follow him everywhere he goes. You know I already got my orders. Order. I got already. I was like, man, what does that white dude that y'all cool with keep on doing? I was born, he was here. I'm old. Why is y'all not following him? And she's like, because everybody else who did ain't came back. So, switched it. Let's start burning my other chest. Mm. Then after Japan and you a female, you think you 27, huh? Who the fuck would do that? Hey, we think it's cool for you to just sit there, then it's cool for them to too. Ugh. So present day, why is it present day? It's quiet. It's Sunday, March the 29th, 2001. So that's sort of distinctive. Couldn't be a voice. Gonorrhea, black gonorrhea. How did you get it? Can't use that. You surely cannot. What would be? You see, does it sound better? No, this is retaliation. And why they would have hated me. Every single one of them would have been hit up on civil charges years ago. Yeah, but I sued. Have no jurisdiction whatsoever. Holmes, this is where we're gonna send him, Holmes. On the Caruchas, Holmes. Hey, who's gonna add some CG blood to this, Holmes? So I didn't go just a Holmes, huh? Why don't black people remember? Hey, man, I could talk to you. Hey, bro, we gotta get out this acting shit, huh? Take it outside, homie. Y'all know what it is. You know, after I whoop you, it's on and cracking. You planning on marriage and all that, huh? It's probably all weird and shit. His biological son got to fight him to marry his girlfriend. Dad had already took her in as his. Y'all's already getting married, right? You got a place, girl. You don't. Get on. You know this is kidnapping. This belongs to me. You know we change the laws the way we want it. It's like, hey, why don't I remember when I'm leaving these places? How far are you? You're definitely approaching me. Shows you go there. Is it like 79 people and shit? Which church do you belong to, evil demon? After you did your sacrifices, did you find out nothing happened? Do you know hypnosis? Acupuncture, maybe. That's weird. Yeah, we know the law. We is the law. Crying. You can't be crying like, baby, you don't know it. Then when they do know it, hell yeah, we did it. We robbed. We stole all that shit. What? You can't do it. We'll put you in jail for that shit. Why don't y'all just walk your asses up in jail? Shut the fuck up. then stop putting people in jail for the same shit you're doing. So how did you get away with it? What the fuck are they doing locked up? Well, they're doing it. They're my competition. Hey, you're out, they're out. Ugh. Just like, yeah, I think he did know better. It's my opinion. And it was like, hey, even though I'm professional and I put people away for this shit, I did not know. I could not hold my liquor, none of that. But you did the sorority fraternity stuff. Hey, you even drove me home that night. We had them shots. Hey, if you want to come over, it's like, why we got to resort back to this age, huh? Hey, you want to come over and kick it? You my menu, all right? It's like, hey, you gave me a guarantee I'm coming over, huh? Your menu. Gotta come over with some friends. Boom. You know all the dirt we did, literally. And it's all about using somebody else. It's like, you gonna help get up here. It's all about pay grade so you get a bigger badge. I know. I remember all that good shit. Just gotta rewrite the contract. Right. And gotta play some poker with these cells. That's weird how it sort of tastes like the dough mixed in with the blues. Just forgetting that cool feeling. It's like, it's so dope. Right, because before it was like, what is that smell? Man, that's that medical grade, bro. Hey, that treason to the state and the country. Hey, what's the Native American? Hey, once again, Yucky Tapioca, the casino, and that other shit that wanna go light. Where did it come from? And who the fuck was getting any help from people chopping up people, having too many of them, and any of that shit? Then on dynasties and shit and other type royalties. And then you not listening to what the guy tell you. Ooh, the cop that shot 2 kids. The female named Bet and himself. Alaska, fourth kind. They're Canadian. If you didn't hear them. Canadian cops. One of these silly sucker ass people was like, I'm gonna follow you around and tell everybody I'm your dad. And somehow these politics and shit, and they was like, hey, we're gonna lock you up in jail. Why was we up in Alaska? Your dad, huh? Off of what? Something just made up out the blue compared to analog and other shit. Aqua and Jaren's song that sound like Aaron song. Okay. Hold on. Babylon. What 1302? 1802. What's it 133602? Boy, God. That's the definition. It's also in the book. Hey, number two, on that private thing, you don't have a right to unionize. Where am I at? hear that? It's like a roar. East. Heard African. Heard the word look, but it came from this direction, not over here, but that way. See what I'm saying? Whoa, I heard it again. But it was a terrible. It sounded so fake, as if I would be able to mimic it to the full. Then you hear some stuff. Hey, what's up, bro? Where you from? It's a damn lie you ain't from there, boy. You got some good tongue on it, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We used to talk like this too, real fast, like English, huh? Pretty sure I know how to dictate some stuff. Look at it comes with the business, bro. What question do you need? No, you do not talk like you talk more like this. Look at you. Go a couple $100. Look at the cover. This is how black people are over there in the other country, huh? You look at the media with that shit. That's how people think, bro. I ain't strip news. There you go. Yeah, that's how I like it. You get out there. You sniffing new. What is you doing, woman? Everybody in pants still, shirt, collars. Then who is those people that seem to be on the? It's like, well, if demographics put on it, and you said that these type of people will be them type of people, then I'm not saying you look like it. I'm not saying it. You was taught this since you was young. I know. It's all right. Because whoever's talk like that to you is a great ass English teacher. You talk better than me. Here. But that's different. Like, let's just put some makeup right here, going down here, the line right here, cover it up. I could be anybody, like the white dude. I was sitting over here at this bus stop, and I noticed this dude sitting there, and I was like, this must be his kid. It seemed like he just put some stuff to make his skin dark, because I'm pretty sure you got some makeup to cover up the pimples and the zits and all that shit. Boom, first layer. Now let's work it in. Boom. It's sweat through it, it's not gonna drip, melt. Mat it. Bam. All right, now take care of this straight hair. Some Dax in there. Dry it up. Then moisturize. With a thicker type. The spray on. Throw a little bit of nappy in there. Just comb it a little. Now let's get the wipe down. Now it got to dry. It was more of the food type, right? But yeah, don't eat those beans. Why? Because we was trying to get a little darker. And if you eat those particular type of beans, your lightness is gonna change from whatever to ding 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 ding. What did you do? Hey, told you. It's terrible. Nurtured from them. Starve you after this type of food so they could come out looking like this. Starve you after this type of food. Look like this. Then here comes some black people. Here comes some white people. Here comes some brownish type people that are getting light. Here comes some other type people. Ugh. Ugh. Then let's read about where these people are at. And hey, this is what we're doing. I heard we could turn you into a kid and then split you apart. You all got the same mind of enjoying it, huh? Cover up his face. He won't even know it's him. Didn't I kill you already? Ow, what was that? I was taught. Somebody special agent taught me, told me, gave me money. Thank you for accepting this bribe. That's our slang word. Manipulate you that way. And anytime I give you this money for doing these acts and stuff, we'll call this on the thug tip a bribe. Anybody goes out there and offers you one and it ain't us, then it's a real bribe. And this ain't a real bribe, even though you read all them books and everything. So every time you do these acts, we get that bribe money. But if we go out and get some bribe money to do any other acts, it's illegal. I'm not done speaking. Let me continue. Can you please finish the question I asked to answer? I mean, get out of the classroom, go that way. That's terrible, hey. We all right here, huh? Every black person standing outside. How do we do discrimination, huh? And then see how it works out. Then somewhere at the end, they figure it out. Right, I know what happened. See, after I forgot to tell them and they messed up, then they was gone, and they ended up messing up. I told them to mess up so they could be gone. It's like, but you only told the white people why? Because my three kids that I adopted that was black told me that they came to me and understood how I taught them when they seen you. I just want to hug you, man. Did it change? It seemed like neglect going on here. Up too late. I didn't let y'all know about them until they was the proper age. Hey, hey, why you got your arm on me? Get it off. Invited you over. You ate some barbecue. You was good. Reverend, if I would have brought them, then you would have tried to take them. You know how you people is. You always do stuff like that. It's like, look, little nigga. And it was always weird. All for one for all type shit. And it was like, hey, I'm an individualist. We ain't got to back your ass up. But yet, in that same sense, in a group, your opinion doesn't matter. It's like, hey, what are you doing like that person in your gang? You just let all of them. Somebody from the interview said, man, I just turned into an OG from everywhere, bro. Cartoon gang, unity here. Hey, bro, I just got put into another set. What? Look at him switching them up. Can you feel that energy? Hey, Miranda writes since 1985, right? You know, hey, is pimping legal in the state or the country? Hey, pimp, you got some hoes to talk to? Maybe you should do that. Violating constitutional rights and shit, huh? First, not to be bothered. Wait. Constitutional rights not to be bothered or harassed by the police or any type of government entity, huh? Or acting as. So nobody called the police. Gunshots. Did somebody call for some prostitutes? Maybe some drug dealers or something? Might as well go to the penitentiary. Hey, reason I called you, I got your resume. See, here prostitution. Why don't you ask them over there? Because them is the pretty ones. But I'm all old and stuff. Put the makeup on. Let's do this. Put the resume out. Everybody got prostituting on them, huh? Walking around. Just got the levitation shoes. Sorry. Measuring tape pops out. Like they on stilts. Wouldn't that be like 10 feet? It's kind of crazy how it's similar. I noticed how that does all that. That's specific shit. Ain't no way it's similar. Maybe if it was all in analog. Ugh. We already had this shit. It was like, so y'all finally decided to show your face on these papers, huh? Oh, special government hidden stuff. We got a meeting at the White House now. You know you could just rent out rooms sometime. But not now. Discriminating on them white people, discriminating. They shut it down. Do something with those grenades and shit. What is this kid digging holes for? Ugh, why don't you come and check it out? Well, you know. What don't you need? I wonder how it was in the past. What was wrong with the past? You know, I'll compromise on that too. It's like, hey, I'm just saying, he talked too goddamn much. You keep talking, tap, 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 shut the up. He didn't remember it. Ugh. Ugh. Hey, female, what you doing here? I don't ever want you to remember them again. Well, thank you, since I forgot who that was, and that was the only person I seen after that. You know what a picture is. This is your feet walking this way. Walking, walking. What we do? We walking right back. Well, that's right, huh? How do you feel? Somebody should at least accompany me there back. If they was kidnapped, since this is the word you're teaching me. Kidnapped. Fraud. Fraudulent. Uh, mm, mm, ah. Hmm. Terrible. Seems like there's some bubbling there. Sometimes I like to just chill in front of the fireplace. My slippers. It's got thrifty type jean. Stuff I picked up at the local whatever. I should keep my secrets. Read from this lighting source. Then book. And some stress. This tells I want to control this pain. This burns. Cloud dripping. Throbbing is. It hurts. It fucking hurts. But it's all good. Fucked around to too many goddamn salt pills. I got the research back on that shit. So we can go there. What a coincidence right after that. Bet you never expected that shit to happen. Then afterwards, sucking in your jaw. Mm-mm-mm. Brush it off, play it off, walk it off. The other way. You know, the crazy thing is, and the worst case would be, you were kidnapped, you were put in a situation and forced to do this, and nobody knew who you were. 'Cause when we found out who you were, we said, bye, bitch. Man, everything we tried to prevent happened. Well, one thing we ain't tripping on, hey, US. They were doing that there. Uh, hey, who cares? We never to send nobody in to get them. When they're ready, they'll be here. Right. Part of the hood, homie. Did it. Got the thing on deck. I need to beat it. What you have to is for the greater cause of somebody else's pleasure, of course. Did I teach you? Those people are sick of it, right? Let's finish doing this shit now, huh? Now let's get back to it, son. I guess I'm just figuring out what this stuff is and stuff. I don't know what it is. If I pull something. it just fucking hurts. It's like a metallic shit. Pain, feeling and shit. So I'm gonna get there. Got this association shit. It's weird. I don't mind on the side. And how old was I this time? Hey, that's odd. That stuff happens. What about you? I'm super duper perfect. Oh my gosh. And it's like, hey, so who taught me how to do this? Was this something that was like taught straight out the womb? Wait, what? It's like, yeah, you were taught this. It's things you learned growing up. It was like, so you can guarantee that's in the food. It's like, hey, this is what people ate growing up. This is it. You even knew what it was, too. Then after you figured it out, what was you on? I think it was the fixings in the food other than some beans and stuff. Avocados for the blend next time. Yeah. Craft game. Is it craft singles? Things out of cheese slices. I feel all nauseated and shit. chest, levitating, deep drain to the chest. Ooh. Woo! Oh, I think I passed out. Chest hurt. Just the chest. The top. So, just that taste is an obligation. So I start cutting myself on the chest to see how tender it is. It's like, oh, it's whatever, better to move. Then I felt the move from that section towards the inner sternum. So now it jumps from bronchial down to the stomach. So getting this terrible nausea. Latex, dirty latex or some shit. It's that tree shit. Natural herbicide. Instead of latex. Small little should go on that type plants. I just had an image of some dude putting a knife on a flat surface with the blade facing his feet. He kicked it. The blade went directly into his foot. And started spitting out blood. Wow, I'm about to press assault charges every time. Why does it smell like some fat female? I just took a shower. I fell asleep yesterday. Why did I get that vivid, strong smell of, washed female with the fats rub and sweat and cause that smell? Or worse, all natural stink. Not with the crinkly though. That's a different smell. Oh, you put some lotion on and shit. From overeating after the boot camp. Stop working out. Due to brain injuries and The lack thereof product cannot maintain what we call like it was delivered, which is amazing. There's some shit. You get water and shit. Walk it out. So just keep coming back. Yeah, pay for one. You gonna take your money, pay for lots of what everybody can. You're coming to get sued for waste. Hey, your people talking to. Cell phone Oh my shit. Too goddamn long.